Hey class, Jim here. This will be a video on navigating desire to learn. In D2L, you will first come to the announcement page. Here we see there is only a single announcement. As I add announcements, this list will grow. The first announcement has to do with how we are going to introduce ourselves to each other. And we will use a website that builds Padlets. If we click here, we will see the Padlet for our class. And to introduce yourself, you'll double click and then you can write something about yourself and you can add an image of yourself, or you can create a video if you want to be super creative, but something so that we can get a sense of who we all are. Having a photo is great because then I can kind of start to associate names with faces. So in Desire to Learn, we've got these tabs at the top, and if we go to Course Materials, we will come to Content. Super important. That is where a lot of the course material will be. So I'll click on that in 1 second. Before I do that, though, I want to point out also on the splash page here, this is the link to my math lab, which is where you'll do your homework and your quizzes and your exams now that we are in a pandemic. So let's jump over to Content. In Content, if you click on Getting Started, you will see the schedule for the semester. You'll see the syllabus. You will also see some course handouts. We are doing trigonometry to start, and so there are some unit circles here. That's a fundamental piece of trigonometry, is learning the unit circle coordinates. So take a look at those, print some out, do some practice. The list up here is for the classroom class that I taught of 166 a few years ago. And I know that some of you like kind of a more traditional lecture format, and so you're more than welcome to look at those videos on YouTube, and this tries to line them up. We are using a different book than I used back then. So over here I've got the topics, and so you can try to line those up and then find the appropriate lecture on YouTube from this semester. Now, it has been very helpful for some students. You're not obligated to do that, but if you want to watch a full lecture video on a certain topic, that's the place to do it. The how-to videos, that is where you can find videos on this video, overview of D2L. You can find an overview of my math lab. You can find an overview of the equation editor that's built into Desire to Learn. You can find an overview video on TechSmith Capture, which is a capture tool. It's the one I'll use. It's a great, simple little tool. I leave it open all the time, and it makes it very easy to just grab a screenshot and share it. This is a video on how you insert an image into a discussion post. So this will be in contrast to attaching an image. When you insert an image, the next user doesn't need to download. If the image is inserted in line, then we can all see it immediately with no downloading. So that is the preference, and that's what I'll expect you to be able to do. So watch that and ask if you have any questions. And then here is Desmos. Desmos is a cool online free graphing utility that I will use a lot. So that's a how-to video on using Desmos. That's about all the how-to videos for now. I will upload the schedules for the campus-based help centers over here. This tab is where you're going to find the information about your written exams. Now, they're called written exams still. They're going to be done in my math lab. And what you will do is do them in my math lab, and within 30 minutes, you'll need to upload a file that has your supporting work. To get full credit or to get partial credit, I need to see your work. Even though in my math lab you could probably come to an answer using your calculator or something, you need to show your work for full credit. So once you've taken exam 1, you are going to go to the Activities tab and go to Assignments. And within 30 minutes, you're going to upload a single file with your work. Now, many of you are going to use cell phones, and there are phone scanners that allow you to combine photos into a single PDF file. The one I will be demonstrating is Cam Scanner. So I will have a how-to video on using Cam Scanner at some point. And others don't need to use a phone scanner. Others will have just traditional scanner, and you can slide your pages of work in and scan it into a single document. But regardless, you need to come up with a single file. Some folks will take photos and put them into a Word document. That's fine. As long as it's one file, then I can grade it and get it back to you very easily. So even though these are called written exams, they are done through my math lab, but there is a written component, and that you will submit to me via the assignment tool. Here there's overviews and study guides, and the study guide has an answer key. This file has an answer key for all the questions that are in the study guide. Here are some previous exams that I can release to you so that you can practice, and there is exam information for all 3 of our exams. The 15-week schedule is right here, and so this is where you would go to find out your responsibilities for each week. So week 1, you will be doing 2 sections, 5.1 and 5.2, Introduction to Angles and Using Radian Measure. And there will always be some video, maybe I shouldn't say always, some of the later sections that are more reviewed don't have a lot of extra videos that I've made. But throughout the trig content, you will find any topic videos that I've made right here. So this is another quick link, first week introductions. This will take us right to that Padlet. And then here are a few video examples for the trig, for the content that is covered in 5.1 and 5.2. Then every week we will have some discussions. The first week has a lot of discussions because we have some technology we want to master. We'll do our introduction via the Padlet. We will do an we'll do a TechSmith capture discussion. So this is using a capture tool. The one I use is TechSmith Capture. You'll have to do an equation editor practice. You'll do a Desmos practice with or another graphing utility, whatever is your choice of graphing utility. I recommend Desmos. It's super easy and it's free. And then you have one content discussion this week on angular velocity. So coming over to content is a great way to know what you're supposed to be doing. The overview is here for the week, and in week 2 we see there's 3 sections. Every section will have a homework that's due by midnight on the appropriate date. So week 2 closes on the 6th. So you will have a homework assignment for all 3 of these and a quiz for all 3 of those, 5-question quiz for each section, and you'll have 2 discussions. So a typical week will have 2 discussions, 2 content discussions. Let's jump to another week just for the heck of it. So week 10, we have 4 sections. This is after we get through the trigonometry. The first 10 weeks will be trig. After that, we'll do the algebra that you need to be successful in calculus. So here we have 4 sections of algebra. There will be 4 homeworks. There will be 4 quizzes. And again, 2 discussions. And here we have a few content videos for you to watch. Let's jump over to discussions. Those are under activities, or you could link to them through the content tool. So once you're in the discussion area, you just click on the discussion topic and start a new thread, and you follow the instructions that are out here. So this content one, read this carefully. You will get credit by posting an image of your work that you've done by hand. So it's going to be important to be able to insert images, because every discussion, for the most part, you're going to be inserting an image, not attaching an image. And so you can just scroll through all the discussions and Week by week, we'll have a couple, and any other questions you're going to post right here. Every week will have its own general question area. So you've done your 2 discussions and you still have a problem you want me to solve or help you solve, post it here. Use your strategy of inserting images. Grab an image from my math lab, grab an image from the textbook, write out a random problem. Any questions you want answered, put them in here. If you really want me to make a topic video on some specific topic, post it into the general questions. I can create a topic video very easily with my tablet, so don't hesitate in asking for help. All right, good luck.